conversation with Dr. Sheetal Sawankar. Dr. Sheetal specializes in a subject that I really want to know about. I want to talk to her about, sportswomen and parenthood, something that will be of extreme relevance for Indian sports people going forward. And the more we see young women coming to sport, young mothers taking to sport and continuing with sport, something that Dr. Sheetal will enlighten us with. Dr. Sheetal, welcome. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate you joining me. The way Indian sport is evolving, I see more and more young mothers, working women, working mothers coming into sport. So direct question to you, parenthood and sport. Can you address that? Because this is such a, how do I put it, a vexed topic. When I see a Sania, for example, or I see somebody like that, for example, and all of us feel empowered seeing them, but they are still very minuscule. Your thoughts on that and the challenges that, obviously sportswomen face when they enter into this part of their life?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me for this. And actually, yes, it is a very interesting topic. And I guess Sania Mirza is the biggest example on this. And I believe that the whole process, as in womanhood and with sports, it is quite encouraging looking at Sania Mirza, Serena Williams, getting back after delivery. It is quite encouraging. And frankly, with the right kind of nutrition, exercise in pregnancy, the kind of pelvic floor exercises that we do post pregnancy, it can make a lot of difference. What I would suggest is that we should encourage that. The society should be supporting. That is very important. Even the trainers and the background staff that is there should be encouraging. So that is something which is very, very important. Also, now that I am an infertility specialist, there are a lot of options. So what I would suggest is that women should not be scared. There's something called as social egg freezing. I don't know, a lot of people are still not aware about it. Mr.
No, please tell us. Please tell us.
So what I feel is that people should be made aware about it. A lot of corporates also don't know about it. A lot of people who are so educated also think about sports. People who come from small villages, they also don't know about it. Corporate people don't know about it. It is basically a very simple procedure, just like in vitro fertilization. What we do in that is that basic simple tests like AMH is done. It's a blood test. A scan is done, an ultrasound is done to check your ovaries, to see what your antral follicle count is. That is the number of eggs in both ovaries. And then if you think that you are not ready for carrying a pregnancy at that point of time, because if you see the age, the peak age of sports is in their reproductive age, it coincides, right? Yeah. Because in the early 20s and in the 30s is what the peak age is, right? Correct. So that is where the reproductive age is. They can actually think about freezing their eggs if they don't have a right partner at that point of time, or embryos. More so, it is better. Embryo is the fertilized part of egg and sperm. When they have a partner, they can freeze those. And in fact, once their career is done, as in pregnancy, they can freeze them and then plan their pregnancy. So it is a matter of just 1 month. I'm sure that in their career, they can at least get 1 month. Create those embryos or eggs, freeze them, and then take the transfer whenever they are ready. They can plan the pregnancy at the age of 40 also. So it is like banking. It is how you bank your money. You can bank your eggs. It is as simple as that. And basically, the eggs are frozen in suspended animation. So if you freeze your eggs at 25, they go in suspended animation.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Even this comeback story of yours, I mean, the way you started putting stuff on Instagram and the whole way the country started rallying around you, you became this symbol of empowerment. Have you thought about these things, that you are not simply a tennis player, that you are also a story of aspiration, you are a story of empowerment, you are a story of self-belief?
I understand that. I mean, I'm not stupid. I get it. I understand. I completely understand that people, especially in our part of the world, people don't really take sports people or famous people, so to say, as just for what they do. They become much larger than that. And some people have more responsibility, some people have less responsibility. But I do understand that I have a lot of responsibility on my shoulders. It's always been there. I've been answering questions to about all kinds of things since I was 16 years old, before I even understood what it meant. And I'm 35 today. So I completely understand that. And that's one of the reasons that I actually had made the comeback. Even if I've inspired one young mother to say that I want to follow my dream, regardless of the fact that I am married, or regardless of the fact that I had a child, and regardless how many people told me that I shouldn't or can't do it. And if she's gone and followed her dream, I'll consider my job done. And that was one of the reasons that I was putting out those videos, where I wanted to show the journey of, because I'm telling you, some of my best friends after I lost the weight won the tournament in Hobart and have messaged me and said, we really thought you're never going to play tennis the way you were looking. I've had that from some of my best friends. And I told them, I guess you guys don't know me well enough. These are people that have known me for 20 years. I mean, since school and college. So, I think for me, in our part of the world, many times women are always meant to sacrifice themselves. It's a thing, that a woman, she needs to sacrifice her career, she needs to sacrifice her time, she needs to sacrifice, for her family. And if she doesn't sacrifice, then she's not good enough. Yeah, she's not good enough. And many people don't want to accept this, but this is the truth. Women face this on a day-to-day basis, when young girls say that, no, I want to go to work, and they say, yeah, but who's going to look after the house? Who's going to make the decision of who's going to cook the food at home if you have a cook, or who's going to cook the food? So that is something that I wanted to change a perception, because I understand the responsibility I have, and I feel that I have the reach to inspire. The amount of messages, Boria, I used to get, I cannot tell you, it was in thousands on Instagram when I used to post the video saying, I didn't want to go out for a walk today, I've just had a baby, but I saw your video and I've gone out to the gym. Those are the messages that I was doing it for. That's and I think that it's amazing, because we have so many now actresses who are, after having a child or a couple of children, are still working. I was working till I was 33 weeks pregnant. I mean, I was literally, I did my last work assignment at 34, maybe 33 or 34, I'm not sure. And you have, so it's great to see that all these people, all of us, we recognize our role, that people are watching us and they can get inspired by us.